Hi, today I decided to discuss the Mormon Church or LDS Church. I thought it'd be interesting for discussion because they have a lot of misconception and information regarding them. They also face a large amount of persecution, hostility throughout American history. And third, they have a growth pattern that's actually very similar, I think, to early Christianity. The Mormon or LDS Church was started by Joseph Smith in 1830 in New York. While today many denominations do not consider Mormons to be true Christians because they follow doctrines other than the canonized Bible, such as the Book of Mormon and the Doctrine and Covenants, however, Mormons view themselves as Christians and as the restoration of the original church founded by Jesus Christ. There are actually multiple sects and denominations of Mormons, but I'll be focusing specifically on the largest denomination and most common, which is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Joseph Smith started having visions in the early 1820s, but the vision that truly started the Mormon Church was of an angel Moroni, I'm not actually sure how to pronounce it, who showed Smith the Book of Mormon. Smith would later publish a translation of the Book of Mormon in 1830. Supposedly, it was originally in Egyptian hieroglyphics, and after he translated it, he gave it back to the angel. Today, Smith's visions are published on the LDS website, but not all the stories regarding his visions are consistent. The Mormon Church was the only new religious tradition founded in the 19th century America. In New York, Mormons would be faced with hostility, causing them to travel west. Hostility would actually follow them into Ohio, Missouri, and Illinois. In Illinois, Joseph Smith and his brother Hiram were actually arrested and then dragged out of the jail, either by militia or by mobs. Some of the stories are inconsistent. In the streets, they were actually shot and murdered. The cause for this murder, it was stated to protect the state against a feared Mormon uprising. The Library of Congress actually has a lithograph of the event. I have it here, as you can see. This lithograph is on the Library of Congress. They also have a little bit of a description of the event on there as well. The Mormon Church would then leave Illinois, and that's when they would finally settle in Great Salt Lake City, Utah, but now they would be under the direction of Brigham Young, who would later have a university founded after him. In Utah, Mormons had isolated themselves, creating a cohesive, economically self-sufficient community, and they were mostly self-governed too. They had set themselves up as worshipers, but not just that, they'd set themselves as a people apart from society. This is also seen in some other religious groups during the 19th century, such as the Shakers and the Amish. The Mormon Church was responsive to social changes that were playing across 19th century American society. Like many of the denominational changes of 19th century, the Mormon Church sought to cut through a lot of the warring sects and denominations and restore simplicity of the early church by resting itself on just a few clearly revealed authoritative truths. The early Mormon Church was very reliant on spiritual visions and divine signs. This reflects some of the occult and magical spiritual beliefs that were widespread in the culture during the time. Further evidence of this is seen in groups such as the Adventists and in prophetic figures such as Nate Turner. The Mormon Church also provided a desired structure for lives that were troubled during the time from unpredictability, disorder, and change. While today the Mormon Church has over 7 million members in the United States alone, it started from just one man, Joseph Smith, and a few visions that he had in the early 1820s. But it became one of the fastest growing world religions despite all of the hostility it faced. Mormonism's complex relationship with society and evangelism actually helped launch the church into the dominant force in society. This unique denomination has garnered attention throughout American history, from its movement out to the West to polygamy and even more. I hope you enjoyed this week's post. See you next week.